Hello, my lovelies, and oh, Simon's here. That's very cool. No, Simon, it's not, and you're not, for that matter. I love his voice. I like that sort of nasal thing he's got going on.
The secrets held by the nightmare, do you not?
I do.
Then here's what you must do.
How do you know, Simon?
Climb the astral clock tower and kill Mariaaaaaaaa.
Why don't you do it?
He hides the real secret.
I know. In fact, I'm just being facetious. I know why he doesn't.
She hides.
The reason he won't do it himself is because he's done it before. He is sort of trapped in this cycle of the nightmare like everyone else. And look, everything's changed now. Remember last episode when we activated that that mechanism up at the top? Now the whole area has elevated and opened up new areas. New enemies have appeared. These hideous sort of mutilated things, which are essentially, I mean, you have to infer what they are in the same way you have to infer everything, but they are failures. They are experiments of the healing church that have, well, they've started to transform. And we'll see the final stage of this transformation, actually. As you can see, their bodies are withering to nothing, and they are becoming nothing but mind, nothing but brain. Nice, eh? And rather vicious brains they are too, shrieking in their mania and their agony. Delicious. This is my kind of horror, ladies and gents. I love this shit. The kind of body horror mixed with the psychological. Give me that all day and forever. The Cronenbergian John Carpenter stuff. Yes, please. Yes, please. I will devour that all day, every day. Especially if it's elaborate, like if it's elaborately realised monstrosity or hideousness like it is here. I love creatures in horror fiction that seem to be simultaneously agonised and degenerate, but also elevated somehow in some oblique Lovecraftian way, and that's exactly what these things are. They are the failures, they're the runoff, they're the effluent of these experiments, and yet... Oh, it's you. Yes.
I know, have you know?
Blah 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 blah. We've heard this before. I need to get her more brain fluid. She needs 3 doses, I believe, before... It's not essential, you don't have to do it at all. It's a totally optional quest. But it's worth doing. We're a handsome hunter, aren't we? Elias Kirshner there. Fans of my fiction should recognise that name, actually. He crops up in my short stories a lot, Elias Kirshner. Began life as a video game character, actually. I always call my video game avatars Elias Kirshner. Ever since God knows when. I think my first Elias Kirshner was a sorcerer in Baldur's Gate. Like, Baldur's Gate 2. Way back when. I mean, what the Healing Church were doing truly is hideous, isn't it? It's repulsive in a way that's difficult to realise. That's why it's sealed away here in the nightmare and isn't remembered anywhere else, you know? They've taken great pains to ensure that no one remembers, no one talks about it. Because if people like Alfred, for example, knew where the Healing Church come from, or what it did to create itself, they would go mad. They would lose their shit. They really would. Okay, ahaha. That's the way up to the boss. We don't want to go up there yet. There's still things to explore. And there's still 1 or 2 secrets that we need to unlock, actually. There is a key somewhere around here that will unlock all of the jail cells down in the underground corpse pile just after Ludwig. And that's worth doing. That's definitely worth doing. There are a couple of hunters down there that we need to meet. And kill, of course. Well, it is Bloodborne, you know, what else? I mean, we're near the end now. I mean, these are the latter chapters of Bloodborne, and I've really enjoyed it. It's Bloodborne, of course, I've really enjoyed it. I could play this game like non-stop and really enjoy it. But I think I am gonna do the Dark Souls games again after this, including 2, because as annoying as I found 2, I think I wasn't as fair to it as I could have been. I would like to play that through again with a more knowledgeable eye. Look! There are now patients wandering around whose heads have departed. That's what happens at the end of this particular transformation. The heads remove themselves from the bodies and become their own entities. Or they go mad like these ones. These rabid ones here, which are the ones that killed me before. These guys are tough. The headless ones you can't stagger. You can't stagger like you can the others, so they are tough. You need to be very, very careful of them, or they will kill you stone dead. He's got my blood echoes, and he's running off. God damn it. Where's he going? No. What about this one? Maybe I can kill this one. Ah! Oh god, the naked ones are the worst. Ah! What was done to these people is... Oh... It does. Oh, he's got my blood echoes. Nah. The vocalizations of these characters are great. Wouldn't you have liked to have been in the recording booth when they were doing this? Gotcha. You want to kill these guys really quickly. I mean, they go down easy, but if they catch you in a combo, they will kill you dead. They take away so much health when they hit you with their bonces. It's not good. It's not good at all. Okay. Ah! See? Look at that! Gotcha! And I nearly fell over the edge then, which would not have been good. There's always an area like this in the Bloodborne Dark Souls games. There's Seif's Archives in Dark Souls 1. There's a lab towards the end of Dark Souls 2 that's very like this. And there's also the Grand Archives in Dark Souls 3. I'm sure there must... I've never played Demon Souls, but I'm sure there must be something like it in that too. This is the worst of them. Undoubtedly, this is the most hideous. But then again, Bloodborne is much more concertedly horror-based. Blue Elixir, that's actually really useful. Bloodborne's much more concertedly horror-based than the Dark Souls games. I mean, Dark Souls 2 has its Dark Souls 3 has its moments. Here we go. This is what they become. You see it on the wall? Watch them inflate. Oh, they're so gross. Blue Elixir. Oh, look. These things. That's what happens to them when the transformation reaches its end. They become these bulbous, flailing heads. Nothing else. Just tumescent masses of insanity and healing blood. Nice, eh? This is what was necessary to create the ultimate utopia of Yharnam. This is the basis of it. Nice, eh? Ew. They are so gross. Oh, the flailing. Oh, the tendrils. It's so gross. Yeah. Not nice. If you want to level up, do a couple of circuits of the research hall, killing everything, and you'll level up really quickly. Everything gives loads of blood echoes here, which makes sense both in game terms and in lore terms, because there are lots of blood echoes here. This is where the blood echoes were created, it's where they were born from. Of course it makes sense. This is the origins of the Healing Church. Nice, eh? It's so weird the way this area changes after you've activated the engine, the big machine at the... It basically... it doubles up the area. So you explore it once, you climb right to the height of it once, and then you've got to do it again. You know, you've got to go through it again to explore all the new floors and the new areas that have opened up. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. It's very Metroid, which and very Zelda actually, and these games are essentially derivatives of, or descendants of, the old Metroidvania titles. It's no wonder that they appeal so strongly to me in that regard, because as you all well know, I love me my Metroidvanias. Speaking of which, by the way, I will be finishing Hollow Knight as and when I need to take a break from it because it's bloody hard. Oh, hello. Have we already spoken to you? I think we've already spoken to you, haven't we? Yeah, and we've already got the brain fluid from you, so... how do we get down there? We need to get down to that next floor. Where do we go from here to get there? Can we jump? We might be able to. I mean, some of these creatures, the ones that seem to have gained some transcendence from what they've become and what's been done to them, they seem relatively satisfied with their conditions, which is weird. I mean, there's a horror to that in and of itself, is there not? It's simultaneously Lovecraftian and not, because most of the seekers after the forbidden in Lovecraft's fiction, even if they find what they're looking for, come to regret it, ultimately. Whereas some of the seekers here don't. They sincerely don't. They actually... I mean, our hunter is one of them, of course. By the end of the game, depending on which ending you get, you know, that's what they want. That's why they're here, to transcend the hunt, to become something other. I mean, if they ever do create a sequel or a spin-off or whatever, the hunter from Dark Souls 1 could very easily be an enemy or a boss or an ally in the next game. If, you know, if they did become a great one, as they do at in one of the endings. God, this guy's tough. I love the fact it's using its IV stand to hit you as a weapon. That's brilliant. My God, look at the blood echoes. So many! Now, where are we going from here? This place is a bloody mess. My God, you know? You would not want to come here for treatment, would you? I mean, leaving aside the fact that you'd probably end up as a sort of blobby mad brain monster. The conditions are disgraceful, are they not? That's what we want, that key. How do we get it? I need to get to that floor somehow. I just can't remember how to get there. Oh yeah, these guys. Oh, these are the sad ones. The ones who don't want it. The ones who don't want the transcendence. That's terrible. Ah. Or for whom it's a terrible thing. It drives them mad, you know? So sad. Because the knowledge they receive is terrible. I mean, we're going to be receiving it very soon. Just in a different way. We're going to see what these guys see and experience what they experience very, very soon. You know, all that talk of water and of oceans and of bodies of water that they were talking about? That's what we're going to realise. That's what we're going to see very, very soon indeed. It's one of my favourite areas of the game, and it's one of the most overtly linked to the stories of Lovecraft. Ah! Ow. I love the vocalizations. It's great fun. Oh, hello. There's an item down there. But you're guarding it, aren't you? Ah! Just not very effectively as it stands. Sedatives, I'm sure they're going to be useful. My God, I mean, if you happen to find yourself interred here, you would be taking sedatives and blue elixir until it came out of your ears, wouldn't you? Just to numb the horror of it all. If you look very closely, there is a way of navigating this area. Each of the experiment and patient rooms is numbered. And you can sort of use the numbers as a guide as to where you need to go next. It's quite clever in that regard. I mean, you don't need to wait. You don't need to visit them in order. There's no necessity for that. It just helps if you do. I've got a copy, by the way, not blue elixir, although I wish I had blue elixir. That would be great fun, because it allows you to move unseen. I don't think I even need to kill them. No, I don't. It's very easy to lose your way here. It's an unusual level because it's mostly vertical, which is unusual in Bloodborne. There's actually more vertical levels in Dark Souls than there is in Bloodborne. Certainly in Dark Souls 2 and 3. There were loads in 3. And it makes a lot of sense in Dark Souls 2 because, of course, he got me! Oh, and he's force-feeding me some sort of poison. Oh, you gross creature. Oh, that went well. I was force-fed something awful, which I'm sure came from a brain or from somebody's body or something. It's like, nice. I think it's fair to assume that all the awful toxins in this world probably have an origin here. I love the screams. The dying screams are great. They're simultaneously some of the most pathetic and some of the most horrific monsters in this entire game. Not simply because of what they are, because of overt hideousness, but because of what they represent. I mean, you remember Yargul at the beginning of the game, and we had the Snatchers, those creatures with the bags, the bagmen. They were snatching people off the street to incorporate into the occult experiments of Yargul and Mensis. The Healing Church did exactly the same. It stole people off the streets. Can we jump that? And subjected them to these horrors. All in the name of some grand transcendence or some utopian ideal. And the funny thing is, they achieved both. To certain degrees, they achieved both. It's just not... it just turns out that there's a price for utopia. And there's a price for transcendence, and it's not one they necessarily anticipated. How do we get to that balcony? I can't jump it. That ain't gonna work. If I try to jump that, I'm gonna die. I'm sure I am. No, this is not a good idea. Huh! No, that ain't gonna work. Oh, I didn't die. I only lost half my health, so that's not so bad. There must be a way to it, because that corpse there has the key to the cells in the lower vaults. And I need... well, you don't need to. You could just leave them alone. You don't have to do anything. We can go and fight the boss now if we want to. But I want to do it. For completionism's sake, you know? There aren't many video games these days I will complete through and do everything in because of time, you know? But this is one that I definitely will. Definitely will. Okay, right. Is that the way? So anywhere we can sort of drop down? Because that may be the answer, you know. Can we leap across onto that? Let's try it. Let's see. Hey! Oh, fuck, he didn't jump. Yay! Now that is a death. Yeah, that was a death, alright. Oh, as ignominy goes, that was pretty high on the scale, wasn't it, you know? You know, you've got to get used to it in Bloodborne. It will happen. There will be many ignominious deaths. Look at them slinking around here, it's gross. Blech. Hello! I think we've got more brain fluid for you.
Hello, please. Stop, I'm trying.
Blah, 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 blah. The sound is fading.
The sound is fading.
Ah, she needs more brain fluid.
Oh, please. Please, I need brain fluid. The sticky sound is fading fast.
I love the way she rocks. That's...
Brain fluid. I must have it. That sound, it is all that guides me.
She's pretty eloquent, you know, for
my former, lesser years.
Interesting. I've got brain fluid. There you go.
Let me have it.
That's gross.
hear it. Yes. The sound that guides me.
The sound that guides me. Ew. Gross.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have saved me. This charm.
Ah!
Lady Maria gave it to me, but it is all I can offer, other than my own blood.
What have we got? The balcony key! Yay!
Do not abandon me. I promise to do good.
They all say stuff like that when they're referring to the Lady Maria. Maria clearly oversaw a lot of this.
Hello. Do you hear that? The sticky sound, as clear as day. Slip, slop.
All of this will make a kind of strange sense, I assure you.
How extraordinary. Do you think that water drips even down deep below at the bottom of the sea? Can you hear it?
Not particularly, no. This notion of madness as insight or madness as revelation is great. I love it. It's fantastic. Now, Lady Maria is a really cool character. She was the protege of none other than Gehrman. She was his closest pupil, so of course she has a great deal of authority in the Healing Church, or had a great deal of authority in the Healing Church. She's also, as you will see when we meet her, not terribly far from now, she's the inspiration for none other than the doll. The doll in The Hunter's Dream is actually a recreation of Maria, but an imperfect one, and Gehrman hates it. Maria is strong and not demurring at all. She's a hunter and she's an authority, you know. She was one of the hunters who oversaw the experiments of the Healing Church, so she's quite merciless. Whereas the doll, of course, is demurring and passive and submissive. Everything Gehrman didn't want it to be, which is why he doesn't particularly... Oh, shit. Remember, can you see where we are? We're in the... Ah! Oh, no! We're in the Lumen Garden. The Lumen Flower Garden. Ah! Yes. So this is the equivalent of the Lumen Flower Garden, where we encountered the Celestial Emissary in the principal game. There was a garden very much like it in the Upper Cathedral Ward before we fought Ebrietas. This is the same place, I suppose, but the dreaming or nightmare version of it. And it is slightly different. They're cultivating those strange sunflowers here. Oh, Scrabbly! Come here, you. Gotcha. What are you going to give me? Bloodstone chunk. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Can do a bit of upgrading with it. We're on the upper balconies of that area where we first entered the research halls. You know, where there were those two hunters, the white church hunter and the black church hunter? What have we got here? Ah, another gem for upgrade purposes. That's kind of cool, I suppose. These two hunters, the two hunters in here, give people loads of trouble. They really do. They gave me loads of trouble when I first fought them, until I realised that you've got to separate them. And then when you do that, it's actually pretty easy. Aha! Did he just call me a busybody? I think he actually called me a busybody. Little wonder that there are church wardens here, really. I imagine sort of like the prototypes of the church wardens were kind of born in the research hall. You know, that's their purpose, isn't it? To look over what's going on. Can I get in? Have I got the key? No, I haven't yet. Shit. Ah! I need to get that key! I definitely can't open Brager's yet. No, not yet. I mean, at least Brager isn't sending the hunter who's in the lowest cell, the one who asked us if we could hear the bell and then called us a liar when we said yes. He is a protector of the Healing Church's secrets. He's called the Bestial Hunter, and what he can do when he rings his summoning bell, he creates phantoms of himself. He projects phantoms of himself throughout the nightmare, which protect the secrets of the Healing Church from anyone who would intrude upon them. Yes, we will face those phantoms a couple of times actually. They're pretty tough. They're pretty tough. But not for a little while yet. Not for a little while. We need to get out of the research hall first before we encounter them. And that involves facing Maria, actually. Maria is... whoa, is she tough. She, being the pupil of Gehrman, she fights with a kind of derivative of Gehrman's own style, but she's actually, I would say, a lot tougher than Gehrman. She has a blood blade, which is once it's soaked in blood, once she stabs herself with it, it becomes phenomenally powerful. And I mean, like, she is so tough when she gets to that stage of the fight. You'll see. You'll see. It's also one of my favourite fights in the entire game. It's one of my favourite encounters in the entire game. It is so phenomenally elegant. It's like a dance. It's one of the most beautiful fights in, I would say, any of these games. It reminds me a little bit of the more human encounters that you get in Dark Souls 2, you know, where you're fighting the more knightly enemies. Ah! Cripes. And very much like some of the one-on-one battles in Sekiro, actually. You can sort of see playing... when you fight Maria, you can see where some of the inspiration for Sekiro's dynamics came from. Yeah! I mean, Sekiro's pretty good, but it's... like, technically it's beautiful. In terms of its mechanics, Sekiro is awesome. But it is, in terms of the setting and the lore, my least favourite of these games. And that's simply because it doesn't appeal to me as much. That's all. It's an entirely semantic thing. You know, it's personal. It's not anything innate to Sekiro itself. It's a brilliant game, actually. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, in many respects. It just doesn't. It doesn't excite me lore-wise in the same way that Bloodborne and Dark Souls does. I mean, whether we'll ever see another Dark Souls, I don't know. I think it's much more likely that we're going to see remakes, to be honest, and remasters. Very much in the vein of Demon's Souls. I would very much love to see certainly the first two Dark Souls games remastered. I'm not so sure whether Dark Souls 3 warrants it at this point, because Dark Souls 3 is still pretty new, you know. Well, I wouldn't say pretty new, but it's certainly the latest in the series. Hello! Yeah. But a HD... I mean, we've already had a sort of HD remaster of Dark Souls 1, although it wasn't... It's very good. I mean, but it is just the original Dark Souls with a very minor lick of paint on it. There's very little else that's different about it compared to the original. I think many people would welcome a HD remaster of Dark Souls 2 that maybe fixes some of the balance issues, certainly in the Scholar of the First Sin, which is the version that's available on the PS4, and it's a pain, quite frankly. It's basically like Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. It's really, it's hard version, it's hard mode, which makes it quite alienating, I find. Ah, this is it. I think we've found where we need to be now. Good. Yes, this is it. We're here, we found it. Yay! Hello! Ah! Oh, did you see the one sort of fall down and crawl? Ugh. That's horrific, isn't it? I mean, when I see creatures like this, my imagination goes to very dark places. It tries to imagine or conjure what they're experiencing. A lot of my short stories come from pretty much that, you know? If you read Essential Atrocities or Born in Blood or even Strange Playgrounds, my first short story collection, you'll find a lot of shit that explores situations like this. It's not nice. Not nice at all. Okay, well, this is the way in. This is definitely the way in. Hello! Oh god, that one's throwing stuff at me. Ow! Well, that's a nasty 1-2 punch and no mistake. Hello, you. You kind of deserved that. Standing back there and chucking stuff at me. Ew. Ah, here we are! There's the key. Brilliant. Okay, I'll go and get that. Hang on. Ah, always useful. Well, someone is very unhappy. Yay! That's the underground cell key! And yes, I saw that one off to the side there that was going to fill me full of poison. Involuntarily. There's something particularly violent and unpleasant about forced ingestion, isn't there? It's very akin to, which I suppose it is in a way, it's very akin to sort of like rape imagery or abusive imagery. It's like it's so unpleasant. Not a fan. Okay, how do I get down? Am I going to have to risk a drop? I might. Or I could use a Bolt Hunter's Mark and just get back to the beginning. That would be useful. That's probably a good idea, actually. Yup! Ah. I love the way he presses the talisman of the mark to his forehead and then sort of like goes into like a fugue state. It's so cool. It all ties into the mythology and the metaphysics of this universe, of everything operating on layers and levels of dreaming. It's so cool, that. Oh, Simon's still here. And we need to go down, I believe, now. I do love this mechanism, it's awesome. My god, those archaic ancient machines ain't what they used to be, are they? Right, we can open all of the cell doors now, and there's a couple of hunters down here that we need to deal with. One of whom won't be much of a problem because he's, well, you'll see. He's a very good source of quicksilver bullets, that guy. He gives you 4, which is unusual. They mostly give you 2. Hiya! Oh yeah, I'm just going to brute force him. There we go. Goodbye. That is a tough old church warden, that one. Yeah. Open door. There he is. This is old Hunter Yamamura, who is a hunter from another place. Oh god. Oh. The true blades of the church. Oh, this is not nice. Yeah, let's put him out of his misery. It's a mercy, believe me. Yamamura Hunter Hat. What we've done there, we haven't killed him. Only here. He's only dead here. We've released him. We've released him from the nightmare. We can't open this one yet, I don't think. This one doesn't open until later. There's a different key to this one. Yeah. Yeah, we've heard that. Okay. That's Brager, by the way. He's got an amazing armor set. Like, really amazing. It's very feral. It's got antlers and all sorts of stuff. Ah, this one. If you look closely, there's a hunter just behind the door. Can you see him? And we can actually use the door to our advantage. Whoop. Very careful. Very careful. Sometimes he will come out. Most of the time he'll get stuck behind the door and then we can use it. Otherwise he's very tough. He is actually quite a tough enemy, this guy. Ah! he's got a weapon that we don't have, the church pick. And the church pick is fantastic. If you level it up, the church pick is... It's this weapon that does this oh, he's out! Oh, he's out! He's going to be tough now. It has this really amazing quality where it uses very, very, very little in the way of our energy. So you can just keep hitting with it. It's quite... Oh, he's... Has he locked himself behind the door? He has. Well, far be it from me to not take advantage of that little bit of AI glitch. Ah, sorry man. You done. There he goes. I think he gives us the church pick out. Yep, got the church pick. Never used it myself. It's not a weapon I favour, but it's very good. I've seen people who have used it. And if wielded well, it really does the business. It's very quick, very powerful. And it just keeps hitting. It just keeps hitting. It's unbelievable. It uses very little stamina. Unlike the massive Holy Moonlight blade that I've got here. Alright, that's pretty much everything, I think. We can go to the first boss of this area now. Which is not a pleasant one. Before I do that, I'm just going to go do the blood echoey thing. I'll spare you this. I'll cut out the hunter's dream, because you don't want to see me just upgrading my stuff. It's a little dull. Okay, let's get back into it, shall we? Oh, okay. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I thought I cut this out. Oh well, there we are. I'm surprised I didn't. Oh well, it's not so grievous. We can't really do anything, to be honest. Not much anyway. We certainly can't level up. I can buy items. I can buy lots of items, and that's about it. Okay. Maybe I can level up if I use these? Well, maybe not. No, still not enough. Maybe these? Nope, still not enough. Oh well. Suppose we'll have to go and attempt to kill the living failures, which are the first bosses of the research hall. Very, very much a come down after Ludwig, I can tell you. I can't believe they made Ludwig the first boss of the Hunter's Nightmare. I mean, that is a bastardly thing to do. It's like, I mean, I suppose the reason they did it is the same reason they made Gascoigne the first real boss of the main game. It's to show you what it's gonna be like, you know, how unpleasant this game is gonna be. But my God, you don't need Ludwig for that. Ludwig is overkill in that regard. Hello! Aha! I do love killing these. Also, look at the blood echoes they give you. It's mad. I mean, you can level up so easily here. And I think I might have done in previous playthroughs, you know, just use this area as a proving ground. Oh, there is so much woe and unpleasantness here. It's yummy. Oh no, the Moonlight Sword missed. Ew, the tendrils. Why does it have to be tendrils? And have you noticed the tendrils are like umbilici? Yeah, more birth imagery. Oh, where's the Blood Saint gone? Where is she? What the? Ooh. She's not in her Ah! She's transformed.
Hello.
Hello.
One last time. Will you fetch brain fluid just one last time?
Just one last time.
The murky, mushy fluid that will make me whole. The sticky sound whispers to me. So very close, right into my ear. My head, just a head. That's all there is. I need my baptism.
Okay.
Please, I beg of you. I want to be something.
Ooh. Yeah, not nice. I will come back and give her the third helping of brain fluid. I forgot at this point that actually the third installment of the brain fluid is in her. You've got to kill her, take it from her, and then she resurrects like the others that have gone through that particular transformation. It's, yeah, it's weird. But I will come back and do that. Inamo! And before that, though... Oh, he gave me blue elixir, that's interesting. I didn't know they could give you that. There! This area is massive. There's so much time spent in the research hall, it's unbelievable. Okay, so where do we go now? Alright, you. Hiya! And over you go. Over the edge. Go on! Oh! Didn't he fall? Darn. That annoys me. I was hoping he'd fall over the edge. What about you? Are you going to flop over the edge? Go on! Oh. Disappointed now. There's no one going over the edge. So to speak. Okay. Well, this is the door to the big garden. Oh, hello. They're also desperate to please Maria, despite what she did to them. It's gross. It's really unpleasant. And this sealed door is sealed for a reason. It's the way to one of the church's great failures. Look at this. This flower bed is the prototype for the flower bed where we fought the Celestial Emissary, and these are like the prototypes of that experiment. These are like the earliest efforts to cobble together hybrids of kin and human, and they are, as their name suggests, they are failures. That said, they are connected to the cosmos and to the upper planes of the nightmare in a way that no other creature is. These flowers are from that level of the nightmare. It's really bizarre. But they're accounted failures, despite the fact they are phenomenally powerful. The living failures. What a great concept. Prototypes of the church's own failings. And the ones we encountered in Yharnam as it is, they were the refinements of this experiment, if you like. It's another sort of mob boss. Some of them attack you physically, some of them attack you magically, and you've just got to keep an eye out for what's going on around you. What's interesting is they will switch as well. They will actually change spontaneously. You see that one change to being a physical one. It's just a case of watching your back and taking them down as and how. Eventually the garden will just stop spawning them and then you've won. Oh, this is the second phase of the attack. Look how powerful they are. Look how linked to the cosmos they are. That is how powerful they are. Ow! Yeah. Listen to the soundtrack. It's amazing. Right, I'm going to cut right back to that. And let's give that another go, shall we? Right, this time, my loves. This time. Look at that sunflower in the middle. It's so cool. The way it's swaying as though it's not only alive, but sort of sentient. You know, there's something very complex about it. it's not just a flower. In the same way that nothing in this game is as it appears. Everything is metaphorical, everything is symbolic. God, this is taking some killing. Look at that little gateway into the cosmos that one has opened. I love the way that anything that has any kind of like transcendent quality in this game, anything that suggests a wider sphere of operation also suggests madness and horror. That's very Lovecraftian indeed. The difference between this game's mythology and Lovecraft's primarily is, as I said earlier, Lovecraft is entirely one of abjection and horror. Human beings can't deal with the madness of full reality. Whereas in this game, the way it gets around that is, it says, yeah, that's true, but by being exposed to it, you can transcend humanity, and you can become a part of it. You can become something that is beyond those restrictions and constraints. And it's more Clive Barkerian, I would say, than it is Lovecraftian, because that's exactly the route Barker takes. Oh, here we go. They are raising their hands to the cosmos. Right, this is how you survive this. You just run under this archway. There are other ways. You can sort of get behind the sunflower, and that will shield you to a degree, but there's no guarantee of it. Some of those attacks will get through. So your best bet is just to run under the arch. Whenever you see it happening, whenever they raise their arms to the heavens, just run under the arch and you'll be fine. God, I'm having trouble staggering them here. Ow! God almighty. Oh, here we go. Run! Quickly as you can. Whew. It's a very good, it's a good sort of little respite for healing, that is. Gotcha! Oh, not quick enough there. Oh well, killed two at once there, that was pretty good. This isn't like the Celestial Emissary, where only one of them has a hitbox. All of them contribute to the wider hitbox, so the more you kill, the better. The only problem with staying up there is they mob you. So that's not a good tactic. Do not do that. Uh-oh. Whoa! It makes you wonder how the Healing Church first cultivated these flowers. Because they don't come from Yharnam's level of the dream, of the nightmare. They come from somewhere else. They are alien. But they are somehow key to cultivating the kin. Those weird hybrids of Great One and human. Which these are the prototypes for. I mean, it's not that bad, this boss. It's not that bad as long as you keep on your toes and as long as you're aware of everything that's going on around you, it's fine. They can mob you a little bit sometimes. Believe me, there are worse bosses to come. In terms of difficulty, there are some right nightmares. Literally so. Oh, here they go again! This is amazing. Look at this. Even Rom and Logarius didn't have attacks like that. I think that is the most powerful arcane attack in the entire game, actually. They literally break the cosmos. It's so cool. Oh, he got me, goddammit. Right, there's another. One more should do it. If we kill one more, we should be alright. Ow! Oh! That was a direct hit. Ouch. Oh, 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 oh! Ooh, that was close. They're tough, these guys. Don't get me wrong. Their attacks are really strong, and they can beat you really easily. Like here, for example, it's so close. It's so close to death. Gotcha. Oh, oh! Look at that health box. There we go. That is the living failures defeated, and we got from the garden the astral clock tower key. Not many blood echoes for that, actually. That's surprising. But the sunflower, the giant, look at it bobbing and moving, and it's so weird. Love it, love it. No point in going back to Hunter's Dream, really. I mean, oh yeah, we can repair our weapons, actually. That's not a bad idea. And we need to go back to get our blood vials and bullets. I won't show you that, though. I will actually cut this one out. Right, well, get my blood echoes back. Oh, I got a lot there. Yay! Right, I don't think anything has changed in here yet. If you leave Yamamura alive, then you can actually summon him at this point to fight the living failures with you, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to use summons for this next fight, because this is one of the best fights in the whole game. We're now at the very top of the research hall, and at the very top of this layer of the nightmare. This is the astral clock tower, where we've been heading this entire time. Look at this. Wow. This was the cover for the add-on. This image here. The hunter before the great clock. Each of those symbols on the clock is one of the runes that we can equip. One of the hunter's runes. How cool is that? And there's a corpse here. Ew. And there's blood everywhere. It looks like Lady Maria has already done herself a disservice. However... Right.
Should be left well alone.
Mm-hmm. Especially in this game. Same voice actress as the doll.
Oh, I know very well how the secrets beckon so sweetly. Only an honest death will kill you now.
Uh-oh.
From your wild curiosity.
Shit. Okay, this is the most beautiful fight in the game. It's stunning. It's like a dance. It's like a ballet. It is one of the hardest to master, but also one of the most satisfying to even engage with. She is the hunter fight in this game, I would say. It's so beautiful. Even the soundtrack has a like waltzy quality to it. I need to get my bearings with this. No. We can do better than that. Oh, look at her. She's beautiful. She is a stunner of a hunter. And the hardest hunter fight in the game, I would say. Gehrman doesn't hold a candle to her. Okay. Let's get this down. If you can master this fight, you can master most of the hunter fights in the game. Come on. Well, that started out well. I mean, it is going to be a little tricky for us because we're using such a slow weapon against her. It is better to use a fast weapon against Maria if you have the option, you know? She's got some of the best artifacts. She's obviously using the hunter's bone to teleport around the place. What? Oh, very good. Very good. Very satisfying. Oh, we're doing well. Come on. But of course, this is only her first phase. Wait till she gets to her second and indeed her third. She is tough. And she's easy to stagger, but getting the visceral off is a little harder. Now, some people will definitely criticize me for using the Organ of Ebrietas. It makes this fight a lot easier. Oh, here we go. She's going to stab herself, and then... Oh, this stage of the fight, very tough. Oh, I got my blood echoes back. Yay! She can do some really amazing stuff in this phase. And we've got to be very careful. Gotcha. Look, you see, wherever the blood goes, it will hurt us. It covers an area of effect. And it will cause bleeding damage. It is so tough. But the Organ of Ebrietas... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Third stage. This is gonna hurt, my loves. Watch. Watch what she can do now. It's unbelievable. Gotcha! Oh my god, you've got to be so careful. So careful! She can kill you in a couple of hits. It's incredible. Oh, wow. This fight is so beautiful. Oh, she's nearly done. She's nearly done. And... Oh, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Oh, she's so done. And that is Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. One of the harder fights in the game. Done. When we come back, my loves, when we come back, we are going to take a look at exactly what secrets she was guarding. Until then, my loves, bye-bye!